Hello everyone and welcome to My Dude Watch. If you're new here, my name is Jason and it's my job to look over the hills and through the woods to find you quality watches at an affordable price. And do I have a treat for you? This watch is crafted with 316L stainless steel with surgical precision. It has an NH38 automatic movement and is dive ready to 990 feet. This watch is engineered for extreme depths. Stay tuned because you and I are taking a closer look. In 1967, Doxa Watches released its iconic sub 300 dive watch. At the time, it was considered awkward and an unusual looking watch. However, it was designed for professional divers and arguably the first true dive watch for the military divers. This is the Pagani design PD-1719, a high-quality dive watch that combines a stunning appearance with exceptional performance. If she looks familiar, it's because it's the homage watch of the iconic Doxa Sub 300T. So let's take a look at the design, performance, and value of the Pagani design PD-1719. As always, let's begin with the tell of the tape. She is 42.5 millimeters in diameter right across the top. She's 14 millimeters thick. The strap width between the lugs is 20 millimeters, and her length is 45.5 millimeters lug to lug. And she weighs in at 168 grams. And what's under the hood? A solid Japanese movement, the NH38A, which is the no-date movement, just like the NH35. So on the surface, we're looking good. The watch is looking solid. Now we're going to get a little bit more detailed. As mentioned previously, the case is crafted with 316L stainless steel, and honestly, the workmanship is pretty darn good. The case itself is brushed across the top, but fully polished on the sides. On the bottom side of the case, around the back, everything is polished. The case back itself is screwed down and has an edging of a turtle along with identifying that it is stainless steel. It reminds me of the Seiko turtle case in many ways. It's very similar except for the crown, it's at the 3 o'clock position. It gives you the confidence that if you were to bang it against the door frame or something along those lines that it won't miss a beat. Okay, let's move on to the crown. The crown is stainless steel itself and it's signed with the Pagani Shield logo. It's easy to unscrew and operates efficiently. The crown kind of sits back inside the wall of the turtle case, almost integrated. So there is protection on both sides and it looks pretty cool as well. The construction of the crown, it's excellent and it sort of pops out when you're unscrewing it. Let's jump on over and take a look at the bezel. It is a 120 click unidirectional bezel. Let's take a quick listen. Okay, so it's not great, but it will get the job done. The bezel is made of 316L stainless steel and has a coin edge grip. It's not a thick bezel, but it is easy to manage and has a unique appearance. So this bezel has 2 scales. It's a little different than most. The outer scale is a decompression scale, which is designed to tell you how long you can be underwater at a specific depth without needing decompression. The inner scale is simply a standard timing scale. Now, let me be clear, this is one bezel with 2 scales and they move together. Okay, let's talk about the dial and the crystal. We have a double-domed sapphire crystal with blue-tinted AR coating. It's definitely double-domed, and if you look, you can see it extending above the bezel. The dial is also unique in some ways. The embassies are white with a black border, and that contrast looks great. These white minute markers are easily legible, as is the second hand and the white square and black border attached. The hands are pretty thick and have interesting designs on the ends. They kind of have the appearance of bombs, or someone else thought it looks like a chess pawn. I'm not really sure what they were going for, but if nothing else, it's legible. Let's look a little closer at the dial. Just above the 6 o'clock position, you'll see the words automatic. Divers 300 meters. The text is white and stands out against the bluish background. On either side of the 6 o'clock embassy, you'll see the reference Japan movement. Of course, they're referring to the Seiko NH38 that powers this watch. And just below the 12 o'clock position, you'll see the Pagani Shield logo. This dial is all about legibility. Everything produced with this dial is to make it easier to read. Very well done. Now it's time to look at the bracelet. This is a beads of rice style bracelet. It's pretty nice. It's 20 millimeters at the lugs and tapers down to 18 at the push button clasp. It also has a flick back security clip. Now this clip is signed and it's got the Pagani emblem. Now the bracelet, it's okay, but it's not special. I'll always be a little critical with the flip back clasp only having 3 micro adjustments. I think they should use a longer clasp with 4 micro adjustments when using this style bracelet. Why? Because the beads of rice style bracelet doesn't have any half links, so it's almost impossible to get that perfect fit. This bracelet uses push pins for sizing and adjusting. There is a nice luster to this bracelet on the top, underside, and the flanks. The bracelet does have some fluidity across the wrist, and that will make it more comfortable. I just wish they would fix the clasp issue. Okay, next up, the Lume. Let's do a quick Lume test. Okay, so the Lume is, well, exactly what we've come to expect from Pagani. They put their resources in the function of the watch, not the Lume. The hands faded almost immediately with the embassies barely hanging on. But what good is that if you can't see the hands to distinguish the time? Okay, so we are at the point of the video where we try to make sense of everything we've talked about. How do we do that? We do it with likes versus gripes. Okay, let's start with the gripes. Number 1, the Lume. Need I say more? And number 2, the clasp. It's too small for this style bracelet, and they need to add another micro adjustment. And now let's talk about the likes. Number 1, the legibility of this watch. With a bluish dial, white hands, and black border, it's awesome. Number 2, the toughness of the case and its construction. This watch gives you confidence that it will work under any conditions. Number 3, I like the feel of the watch on the wrist. The bracelet has fluidity. When it comes to performance, the Pagani design PD-1719 is a standout in its price range. The Seiko NH38A is highly accurate movement. It's very reliable. This watch has both mechanical hand wind and automatic self-wind capabilities. And now, do we recommend this watch? Hey, you're still here. Thanks for watching till the end. If you like this video, please share it with someone else that you think will enjoy it as well. And if you haven't yet subscribed, now seems like the right time, don't you think? So if you want to learn more about this watch or any of the other 200 watches we've got on our website, please go to www.mydudewatch.com. And let me say once again, thanks so much for watching. We really do appreciate that. My name is Jason with My Dude Watch, and we'll see you next time. Oh, and don't forget, dudes can't be late.
They call me a god.